Today I'd like to review a drone. I've been starting some YouTube videos and I thought what better way to get different kinds of aerial photography than to buy a drone. And I bought the Ryze Tello drone. I bought this for many reasons. One, it claims to have a 13-minute flight time, 5 megapixel camera at 720p, electronic image stabilization, intelligent flight modes, which I'll show you later, vision positioning system. It's got cameras on the bottom of it so it can kind of locate where it is in the ground. It says it's easy to use and programmable with mobile apps. And there's one other thing which is pretty neat that I think is we're looking at. This can be programmed with Scratch, which is kind of like beginner code for computer programmers. Currently my son, junior in high school, is taking computer science principles class and they're learning Scratch. So in the future I'd like to do a video with him, having him control the drone using Scratch, and then me documenting that with the camera. So that'll be pretty neat. Alright, well let's get right in. Well, let me first tell you why I bought this drone. I researched a lot of drones, and this is a toy drone, if you will. It was under about $100. I spent $150 and got a little extra kit, which comes drone care cleaning kit with empty spray bottle, air bulb, lens cloth, lipstick style brush, and lens tissue. In here are the batteries, charger, and I got extra batteries, 3 instead of 1. And then there are extra blades and a blade removal tool in here. It also came with a yellow and blue snap-on top cover. It comes standard in white. And then here on the box you can see a picture of the drone. So this is how it comes together. It's very nice pack. Here you see the contents of the boxes, to include the 3 batteries, their charger, and the drone itself. The main reason I bought this copter, my hands don't work very well. They don't work at all. This one you control straight from your phone. There's no external controller. There are, like it says, it has intelligent flight modes. I can ask it to do a 360 around me. It'll hover. And with those cameras on the bottom, it'll do a real nice job hovering. It doesn't have GPS, it's not the Mavic 2 Pro, but for a tenth of the price, I have something I can practice. This is the first drone I've ever bought for myself. Recording here. This is what you'll see when you have the Tello drone app open on your phone. And you press the top left button here, then slide across the screen, and it'll take off and hover. Now you can see what I'm doing on the screen. By pressing the little drone, you can access the flight modes, and these are what are available. Here's a 360, or a partial. You can press the X to stop it, and you can see how I'm controlling it there. Open the flight modes, and here are a couple flips. Well, I'll show you all of them. And here are some flips, not to make you sick, but by swiping in that square, you can make it do various tricks. It's very easy to operate. I have very minimal use of my hands. If you press the arrow in the top left corner, it gives you the options to land on the ground or in your hand. And I'll show you that landing here. Let me just get out from over a couch. Press the top left corner, land, and away it goes. Here is a flyaway droney indoors. Here is a flyaway droney outdoors. Notice how stable. Here is a 360 indoors. This shot is a partial circle at about 30 feet, and there's about 12 miles an hour wind today. Very stable drone. I'm not trying to make you sick, but here are some of the flips that it can perform. This little drone really has some impressive tricks. It'll flip in any direction you want. This is the bounce mode, and I'm really not sure where it would be useful. Seems kind of gimmicky. So here's the skinny on the Ryze Tello drone. It works as advertised. It's even easy for a guy like me whose hands don't work. It'll hover right on its own. It takes off and lands on its own. It's nearly autonomous with a handful of programmed flight modes like 360 where it'll hover in place and then it'll circle around an object. It'll also bounce, okay, on its own. It'll do flips in any direction you want it to. It also has a throw and go feature where you can put it in your hand and throw it in the air, and once it's aloft, it will throw the wings on. If you want to try to adjust it, it has many easy adjustments right on the app itself, including like a high-low flight speed, and you can recalibrate the drone or contact Ryze Tello right through the app if you're having any kind of issues. This is the real deal in toy drones. I'd say it performs a lot better than other ones that I actually looked at before getting this drone. I searched for months, looking at all kinds of YouTube videos, trying to find a drone that I could fly. I've crashed this thing a number of times, and it hasn't suffered any real damage. Just the wing guards they might move a little bit, but you can persuade them back really easy. So I would recommend buying this drone to anyone. It's good for kids. My mother, 68 years old, was flying it all on her own. And she's kind of like not tech savvy, or she has a very hard time even with joysticks on a gaming system. So if you have a nephew, a niece, a grandchild, a child, a friend that you think might enjoy something like this, I would suggest buying the Ryze Tello drone. Okay? So listen, thanks for listening to what I had to say. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and ultimately subscribe. It'll help me out a little bit. And, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.